Tired of leadership that feels like Groundhog Day? CEOs, founders, I want all of you to listen up. This episode rips the status quo to shreds. Our guest, Arielle Lechner, she's coached leaders at Google, GitHub, Peloton, and she's about to drop some truth bombs on turning discomfort into your weapon. Trusting your gut in a data obsessed world, that's controversial. We're going to get to that one. And finally, tackling the real problems holding you back. If you're ready to lead differently, your journey starts now. Thank you, Arielle, for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. What an intro.
Ariel, you coach leaders who are kind of fed up with the status quo. What does that status quo typically feel like for a CEO? What do you define status quo also too?
Yeah, well, I guess the way I define status quo is just the vanilla, the standard way of how things have been going. And I think for CEOs, or at least the clients I work with who are exploring and want to have coaching, they're fed up with it. And what does
Mhm.
being fed up feel like? Well, it's frustration. And why are you frustrated? There's a sense that things are not working, there's a stuckness to it. And, at least if you're exploring coaching, there's a desire to change that, to create something different.
Feel like whenever somebody gets fed up, they have to get to that point. Is it, because it's so dry, like, especially like if you're dealing with, and you've dealt with Fortune 500 companies, when you're dealing with that, we do that, from our startup, we have to, basically talk up to, VPs of product managers and stuff like that. What do you feel like, are they tired of the corporate minutia? Is that the status quo? Or do they feel like their position has them so they can't move? Like, what do you think that is in detail?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I mostly work with CEOs at startups, and then I've worked with leaders at bigger companies. So I think it's also different. It's different depending on the person, the role, the company, and the context. But typically, actually, the way I've seen it is it's not necessarily the corporate minutia. It's if you're running a team, it's the way your team is operating that is just not, it's not hitting. It's not at the level you need. Or you're maybe as a leader feeling like I don't have the actual time and capacity to devote to these big strategic initiatives and I don't have control or you don't feel like you have control over your schedule because you do have control over your schedule. So it's things like that where they are just wanting a change and it's usually around performance, either their personal performance as a leader or team performance, at least is what I've seen.